Homes are dangling on the edge, where every day is a battle against nature. Across our planet, people live in places so extreme that they defy belief. In Dana Point, a recent disaster has left 3 homes inches from plummeting into the sea.
3 homes in Dana Point are in danger of falling into the ocean after a cliffside gave way over the weekend.
We'll explore these jaw-dropping locations, from sheer cliffs to isolated islands, where culture and survival merge. Join us as we uncover the lives behind these daring residences, teetering on the brink of the unimaginable. Roxas homes, see Sentinels Town. Secrets. In the sunny region of Andalucía in Spain, there's a small town called Setenil de las Bodegas that is really different from other places. Most towns build houses and buildings away from nature, but not Setenil. Here, people have built their homes and shops right into the rocks that hang over the town. This has made Setenil a very special and interesting place. The rocks above the town are not just a roof. They also help keep the houses cool in the hot summer and warm in the cooler winter, which is pretty clever. The streets in Setenil are small and twist around a lot, but walking through them is amazing. You get to see how the people here have lived with the rock, using it to help them build their homes and shops. It's like the people and the land are best friends. The town tells stories from a long time ago, back when the Moors were in Spain, and its name even reminds us that it used to be part of the wine business. Now, people from all over the world come to see this incredible place. They come to see how the town looks like it's part of the rocks, and to learn about how the people here live in such a cool and different way. It's like the town is a big, open-air museum that shows how people can live really closely with nature and still have a modern life. Now let's move to a beautiful old town in Austria, filled with stories and surrounded by stunning nature. Hofstadt's story, told by Salt and Stone. In the beautiful area of Salzkammergut in Austria, there's a small but stunning town called Hofstadt. It sits right next to a peaceful lake called Haller See and is surrounded by huge mountains. Hofstadt is so pretty and important that it's been named a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which means it's recognized all over the world for its beauty and history. Long ago, people in Hofstadt started digging for salt in the nearby mountains, and they've been doing it for more than 7,000 years. These salt mines are some of the oldest ones people know about, and they show how important Hofstadt has been for a very long time. Salt was really valuable, so Hofstadt was a very important place. But Hofstadt isn't just about old stuff. It's also incredibly beautiful. The houses are painted in lovely, soft colors, and they look amazing reflected in the water of the lake. The mountains around the town are green and pretty, and the whole place feels peaceful and quiet. People come from far away to visit Hofstadt. They come to see the old salt mines and the beautiful buildings, but they also come to enjoy the quiet and beauty of the place. Hofstadt shows us that people and nature can live together in a really nice way. It's like stepping back in time, but also being in a place that's very calm and peaceful. Let's climb higher to a market in the sky, where the spirit of Mount Everest calls out to brave hearts. From markets to mountains, in Namche Bazaar. Namche Bazaar is a special place high up in the mountains of Nepal, very close to the sky. It's like the front door to the giant mountain, Everest. People who want to climb to the very top of the world, or just see it up close, stop here to rest and get ready. Namche sits way up high, more than 11,000 feet above sea level, and it's like a cozy little island in the clouds for adventurers. This town is like a bridge between the old ways and new days. Here, the Sherpa people, known for their mountain skills and warm hearts, keep their traditions alive. At the same time, they welcome travelers from all over the globe. There's a big market, or bazaar, in the middle of the town. Long ago, it was a place where people from Nepal and Tibet would swap things like salt and clothes. Now it helps people who are climbing mountains find what they need, like boots and jackets. but also lets them taste the local food and even treats from faraway lands. Every week, there's a market day that brings everyone together. People come down from the mountains and up from the valleys to buy, sell, and chat. It's a busy, buzzing time full of color and life, showing off the strong community and mix of cultures here. Namche is also a place filled with stories and faith. There are museums dedicated to famous Sherpa climbers like Tenzing Norgay, who have helped people reach the top of Everest. There are also galleries with pictures that tell the story of climbing these giant mountains. And all around, there are beautiful, quiet places of worship, like monasteries and stupas, that invite people to stop and feel the peace and power of the mountains. Step back in time with us to an ancient fortress that has watched over countless years and stories. The living history of Erbil's old citadel. The citadel of Erbil is an ancient, towering place in Iraq, watching over the city below. It's like a grand old book, each page telling a story from a different time. This place has seen people come and go for over 6,000 years, making it one of the oldest places where people have always lived. UNESCO says it's a World Heritage Site because it's so important and special. The citadel sits on top of a big hill made by people over many, many years. It's been a home, a safe spot, and a place for buying and selling for as long as anyone can remember. The old buildings, some with beautiful wooden designs from times gone by, tell the tale of a rich and varied history. Walking through the main gate is like stepping into another world. You can wander through old streets, visit the Mola Ani Mosque, or explore the Kurdish Textile Museum. It's like walking through a maze filled with secrets from the past. But this ancient place faces new challenges. People are working hard to fix up the old buildings and keep the story of the citadel of Erbil alive. They want to make sure that this living museum doesn't just tell stories of the past, but also remains a part of the present, welcoming visitors and reminding everyone of the long, winding journey of human history. Join us on a journey to explore breathtaking cliffs and the sparkling blue seas of a coast that has inspired countless artists. Dive into Amalfi's colors, where sea meets cliffs. Imagine a place where the mountains meet the sea, and little colorful houses seem to climb the cliffs like flowers reaching for the sun. That's the Amalfi Coast in Italy, a slice of heaven where every turn in the road shows you something from a postcard. It's not just beautiful, it's a masterpiece that nature and people made together, recognized all over the world for its jaw-dropping views and special buildings that tell stories from long ago. This coast is like a ribbon that ties together some of the most charming towns you can imagine. Positano, Amalfi, and Ravello stand out like shiny beads on this string. Each town is a treasure box of history, pretty streets, and friendly faces. Positano is famous for its stacked houses painted in happy colors, a beach that is always full of life, and streets that make you feel like you're walking in a dream. Amalfi, the big brother of the coast, shows off with its grand cathedral and reminds everyone of the days when it was a powerful city on the sea. Ravello sits up high, like a noble watching over the sea, filled with gardens that smell like heaven and music that floats through the air. These places are connected by roads that snake through lemon groves and past views that will make you stop just to take it all in. It's a place where every corner has a story, every meal is a celebration, and every sunset is a memory. But the Amalfi Coast is more than just a pretty face. It's a living lesson in how to build a home in the most unlikely places. People here have turned steep cliffs into cozy neighborhoods, and rocky hills into green gardens and vineyards. It's like a school where the teachers are the past generations, showing us how to live in harmony with nature, using what the earth gives us to make life beautiful. Venture into the heart of Africa to explore ancient cliffside homes where traditions and survival blend into life. Mali's cliffs, more than just rock now. Let's travel to a place that's like a giant canvas painted with the history and spirit of an ancient people. The cliffs of Bandiagara in Mali stretch out like a protective arm over the land, but it's the homes carved into these cliffs that are truly amazing. Here, the Dogon people have lived for hundreds of years, turning the rocky walls into a safe haven where their traditions and secrets are kept away from the changing world. This isn't just a place to look at old buildings, it's where the Dogon culture lives and breathes. They have found a way to blend their lives into the cliffs, creating homes, storerooms, and sacred places that seem to grow out of the earth itself. Their knowledge of the stars, their dances that tell stories, and their masks that carry the weight of their history are all tied to this land. The Dogon's understanding of the universe is as deep as the cliffs are tall. They see the world in ways that link them to the stars above and the earth below. These cliffs are more than just rock. They are pages in a book that tells the story of a people who look at the sky and see beyond what meets the eye. But the cliffs of Bandiagara are not stuck in time. They are alive with the rhythm of daily life and the beat of festivals that mark the passing of the years and the cycle of the seasons. The Dogon people celebrate life, remember their ancestors, and honor the forces of nature in ceremonies that are as beautiful as they are profound. Dive into the charming world of Apricale, an Italian village where medieval history meets creative artistry. Apricale, a hidden gem with stories to tell. Imagine a tiny, hidden gem perched high up in the hills of Liguria, Italy. This place, Apricale, looks like it's been plucked straight from a fairy tale. Stone houses cling to the side of the hill, as if they've grown there naturally, while narrow, twisted paths invite you to explore secrets from long ago. This village isn't just a snapshot from medieval times. It's a living, breathing community where history and today meet and dance together. Apricale is more than just its pretty face. It's a buzzing hive of creativity. Artists and performers are drawn to this little village like bees to flowers, finding inspiration in every stone and sunset. Throughout the year, the village comes alive with festivals and performances that turn the whole place into a stage, blending ancient traditions with fresh new ideas. At the center of it all is the old castle, which has found a new life as a gathering place for the community and visitors. From its high vantage point, it watches over olive groves and vineyards that stretch out like a green sea, a testament to centuries of working with the land. Apricale is a place where the past isn't just remembered, it's a part of daily life, where every alleyway and building tells a story. This little village is a rare find, a spot where time slows down and history mingles with the now. It shows us that places can keep their soul and character, celebrating their history while embracing the rhythm of today. Discover Milana with us, a mysterious village where ancient customs and intriguing secrets are a part of everyday life. Secrets under the snow, the real Milana. Tucked away in the mighty Himalayas of India, there is a mysterious village called Milana. This place is like a world unto itself, steeped in history and shrouded in mystery. The people of Milana have a unique heritage. They believe they are the descendants of Alexander the Great's soldiers, and they hold on to a culture, language, and set of customs that you won't find anywhere else. Milana is famous or infamous, depending on how you look at it. For one thing in particular, a type of cannabis called Milana cream. This has made Milana known across the globe, drawing curious travelers to its doorstep. But there's so much more to this village than its controversial crop. Milana is a living museum of ancient traditions, where time seems to move at its own pace. The villagers live by strict rules that have protected their way of life for generations. They value purity and privacy highly, creating a community that is cautious with outsiders, but fascinating in its adherence to age-old traditions. This blend of isolation and intrigue makes Milana a compelling place for those interested in the ways different human cultures have survived and thrived. Set against the breathtaking backdrop of snow-capped peaks and lush valleys, Milana is a testament to human resilience and the power of tradition. It challenges visitors to think about how communities can maintain their identity in the face of globalization. This village, isolated yet famous, traditional yet controversial, offers a rare chance to see how ancient ways can exist in the modern age. Come with us to a sacred place that rises high into the sky, where faith and beauty meet in harmony. Prayers and peaks. The Tongkalat experience. Imagine a tall, rocky tower reaching up to the sky, with a sacred place sitting right on top. This is Tongkalat in Myanmar, a monastery that sits on a big chunk of rock left behind by an old volcano. It's so high up that it's like a stairway to the clouds, standing almost 2,500 feet above the ground. The journey to reach the top isn't easy. It's a climb of more than 700 steps, but it's a path filled with hope and prayer, as thousands of people climb it every year. They're looking for peace, blessings, and the incredible views from the top. From up there, you can see everything: wide, green plains stretching out as far as the eye can see, and the huge Mount Popa nearby. Tongkalat is a special place where the earth seems to touch the sky, a spot where nature and something greater come together. People believe that by making the tough climb to the monastery, they're getting closer to the spiritual, stepping away from their everyday lives and towards something bigger than themselves. Climbing to the monastery is a way for people to show their faith, pushing their bodies to go higher, closer to the heavens. Marvel at the incredible hanging houses built into steep cliffs, where people live in harmony with nature's challenges. Xuanwei's balance, homes in the heights. Now let's go to the valley of Xuanwei in China, where you'll find houses that look like they're clinging to the cliff edges, hanging off the side of the earth. These aren't your ordinary homes. They're built right into the face of steep rocks, looking as if they're part of the landscape itself. The people who made these houses used old Chinese building methods to make sure their homes were safe and steady, even though they're perched in such an unbelievable place. These hanging houses are an incredible sight, mixing the wildness of nature with the cleverness of human design. They show how people can live in the toughest places without ruining the beauty around them. Building homes like this wasn't just about finding a place to live. It was about understanding and respecting nature, learning how to make a home in a place that doesn't seem welcoming at first glance. The people who live in these hanging houses have learned to deal with the challenges of their environment in amazing ways. Their homes remind us that with enough creativity and respect for our surroundings, we can find ways to live almost anywhere. Join us as we reach the high-altitude town of La Rinconada, where people chase dreams of gold in a land of extremes. La Rinconada's high hopes. Among the Isla Rinconada, Peru is the highest town in the entire world. It's way up there, more than 3 miles above sea level, right in the middle of the Andes Mountains. Living in La Rinconada is really tough. The air is super thin, making it hard to breathe. It's also really cold all the time, and there aren't many of the things we take for granted, like running water or easy-to-get food and medicine. A lot of people come to this town because they want to work in the gold mines. They think they can find gold and make a lot of money. Even though mining for gold is very dangerous and bad for the nature around the town, people keep coming because they hope to make a better life for themselves and their families. The people living in La Rinconada are incredibly strong. They have learned to live with the cold, the lack of air, and the hard work. They find happiness in the little things and keep hoping things will get better. Even though the place is so extreme, the community here shows how people can get used to anything and make the best out of a tough situation. La Rinconada is more than just a town. It's a lesson in how tough humans can be, finding ways to live where it seems impossible and always looking for a brighter tomorrow, even among the highest clouds. Prepare to experience the extreme cold of Oymyakon, a place where every day is a battle against the freezing temperatures. Everyday ice age, making it in Oymyakon. In the deep, chilly heart of Siberia, there's a place called Oymyakon, Russia. It's known for being the coldest place where people live on Earth. Imagine how cold it gets there, down to almost 50 degrees. Living in Oymyakon is all about figuring out how to deal with this incredible cold every single day. People there have to keep their cars running all the time because if they don't, the cars will just freeze and stop working. If they need to work outside, they wear really special clothes to stay warm and have unique ways of doing things just so they don't freeze. The ground is always frozen solid, so growing food like we do isn't an option. They have to come up with different ways to get what they need to eat. But it's not all about surviving. Inside their homes, people in Oymyakon have a warm and friendly community life. They share their experiences and traditions, helping each other through the tough climate. They celebrate their culture with music, stories, and food, making the most of the stunning, snowy landscape they live in. Explore with us the underground world of Kuber Pedi, where locals have found a cool escape from the scorching desert heat. Kuber Pedi's hidden homes. In the heart of Australia's outback, there's a fascinating place called Kuber Pedi. What makes it really special is that people live underground here. It gets extremely hot in the outback, but by living below the ground, residents stay cool without needing air conditioning. This town isn't just homes under the dirt. There are shops, places where people pray, and even hotels all built into the earth. Kuber Pedi is also known all over the world for its opals, those beautiful, colorful gemstones. This is why many people first started digging into the ground, looking for these precious stones. Eventually, they started living in the dugouts to escape the heat. The town is full of signs of mining, with lots of dirt mounds everywhere. But there's more to Kuber Pedi than just being cool and mining for opals. It's a melting pot of cultures from all over, because people have come from many places to find opals. This mix of people has made the town a unique place with interesting traditions and foods. Tourists love to visit, not just to see the opals, but to experience what it's like to go underground into this different world. Living in Kuber Pedi is a creative answer to dealing with the harsh, hot environment, and it shows how people can adapt in amazing ways to their surroundings. Journey with us to the far reaches of Greenland, to a community living on the edge of the ice, blending tradition with harsh nature. Life on the ice line in Itakortormiit. Far away in Greenland, there's a small, remote place called Itakortormiit. It's one of the most isolated towns you could imagine, sitting at the edge of the massive Arctic wilderness. The town is surrounded by huge icebergs, and you can only get there by helicopter or boat, and only when the weather allows it in the short summer. The people living in Itakortormiit have a special way of life, deeply connected to their environment. They follow the traditional Inuit lifestyle, hunting and fishing to get food. This way of life respects the old customs while also dealing with today's world. Because the town is so isolated, the community is really close. Everyone knows each other, and doing things together is a big part of how they live. The area around Itakortormiit is breathtakingly beautiful, with endless ice and clear skies. It's a perfect place for watching wildlife and exploring the outdoors, offering experiences you can't get anywhere else. Even though it's so far from everything, the settlement has its own charm that attracts adventurous visitors. They come to see the untouched nature and to meet the friendly people who have found ways to thrive in one of the toughest places on Earth. Follow us into the wide-open spaces of Chang, where nomadic people roam under vast skies and live in harmony with the earth. Yaks, wool, and wide-open spaces in Chang, located in the western part of Tibet, is an area known for its high-altitude plateau. This place offers breathtaking, wide-open spaces that are both beautiful and harsh. It's a challenging environment, sitting near 3 miles above sea level, but it is also home to a group of people known as the Changpa, who are nomadic, and have learned to live in harmony with this tough landscape. The Changpa are remarkable. They move their homes with the changing seasons to find new pastures for their animals. They herd yaks and sheep, wandering across large areas that seem to remain untouched by the modern world. Their life is deeply rooted in traditions, yet they are always adapting to the changes around them. They possess a deep understanding of the land and the sky, which guides them through their daily lives and helps them find the resources they need to survive. Their homes are portable, made from yak wool, which is both warm and movable, fitting their nomadic lifestyle perfectly. The Changpa face many challenges due to the extreme conditions, but their way of life supports a rich variety of animals and plants. The area is known for its unique wildlife, including species like the Tibetan antelope and the wild yak, which are rarely found anywhere else. Embark on a voyage to Tristan da Cunha, the most remote inhabited island, where a small, resilient community thrives in isolation. Together at the edge in Tristan da Cunha is an example of isolation like no other, located more than 1,200 miles away from any other inhabited area. This remote group of islands in the South Atlantic Ocean is a unique place where a small but resilient community calls home. The people living here are descendants of a varied group, including shipwreck survivors and early settlers, and they have created a distinct, close-knit society over the years. On Tristan da Cunha, everyone knows everyone else, and their way of life is deeply interconnected with the natural world around them. Fishing and farming are crucial for their survival and are the cornerstone of their local economy. The islanders have built a life that depends on working together and sharing what they have. This sense of cooperation and community is key to their ability to live in such an isolated place. The isolation of Tristan da Cunha has helped to keep its environment nearly untouched and its way of life simple and sustainable, qualities that are increasingly rare in today's fast-paced world. Walk through the bustling lanes of Cabara, where life vibrates with energy, resilience, and the daily courage of its inhabitants. Cabara's hope, more than just a slum. Cabara, set in the heart of Nairobi, Kenya, is one of the largest slums in Africa. It represents a daily struggle against extreme poverty for its inhabitants. This densely populated area is a network of makeshift homes where people face numerous challenges, such as poor sanitation, scarce clean water, and limited healthcare access. However, in the middle of these tough conditions, Cabara is alive with a strong sense of community and culture. Its residents are a testament to human resilience and creativity, finding light in the midst of hardship. They manage to carve out spaces for small businesses amidst the cramped quarters, and community groups are at the forefront, striving to make life better for everyone. Education and art are beacons of hope in Cabara, offering the youth and adults alike chances for a brighter future. There are numerous initiatives aimed at empowering residents through learning and creative expression, showcasing the incredible spirit and vitality of this community. Dive into the vibrant heart of Rio's favelas, where strong community bonds and a rich cultural tapestry defy everyday challenges. The other side of Rio, favela stories. The favelas of Rio de Janeiro stand as striking contrasts against the city's famous landmarks and beautiful landscapes. These neighborhoods, clinging to the hillsides, are not just homes. They are vibrant communities full of life, culture, and the spirit of the people who live there. Samba music fills the air, and walls are painted with colorful murals that tell stories of hope, struggle, and survival. Life here is tough, with many people facing daily challenges such as not having enough money, experiencing violence, or not getting the services they need like schools and hospitals. However, the favelas are also places of incredible strength and creativity. Residents often come together to make their neighborhoods better, working on projects to help each other with education and health. They turn their streets into places of celebration, where music and festivals bring everyone together, showing the power of their community and culture. These neighborhoods show both the tough realities of life in a big city and the amazing things people can do when they come together. Take a journey to the secluded and enchanting Motuo County in Tibet, where nature's untouched beauty meets ancient traditions. Motuo's secret, Tibet's last Shangri-La. Motuo County, hidden away in the southeast of Tibet, is a land of untouched beauty and quiet solitude. It is known for its stunning scenery, with vast forests, deep canyons, and majestic mountains. For a long time, it was one of the most isolated places, with no roads leading to it, preserving its peacefulness and the natural environment. This isolation has kept Motuo's landscapes pristine and its air and water pure, making it a haven for those who love nature. The people who live in Motuo, mainly from the Empa and Loba communities, have a deep connection with the land. They live in a way that has been handed down for generations, respecting the earth and living from what it gives them. Their traditions and way of life show a deep understanding of how to live in balance with nature. The recent construction of a road has opened Motuo to the outside world, bringing new opportunities but also challenges to its traditional ways. Let's go to the edge of the world, at McMurdo Station in Antarctica, where a dedicated community studies our planet's icy mysteries. Edge of the world, unity, at McMurdo Station. McMurdo Station is a unique human outpost located at the edge of Antarctica on Ross Island. It's the largest research facility on the continent, acting as a home base for scientists who come to study this icy, remote part of the world. Their research covers everything from the immense ice sheets and glaciers to the rich and unique marine life found in the cold waters. Life at McMurdo is a mix of advanced scientific research and the everyday challenges of living in one of the harshest environments on the planet. The people here face extreme cold, long periods of darkness, or non-stop daylight, and the feeling of being far from the rest of the world. Despite these challenges, there's a strong sense of community. Everyone, from scientists to the support staff and contractors, works together and supports each other to make life here possible and meaningful. To keep spirits up and foster a sense of togetherness, the station offers various social activities and clubs, creating a vibrant community spirit in the midst of the cold, desolate landscape. Have we opened your eyes to the incredible, often perilous lives led at the world's edge? What do you think about these breathtaking yet risky residences? Share your thoughts and don't forget to like and subscribe for more astonishing stories from around the globe.